Are you suffering from empty funnel syndrome? Or worse yet, you don't have a funnel? Okay, hold on a minute. Today we're going to talk about what is a proper sales and marketing funnel, why you need one, and how the heck you, my friend, are going to fill it. I'm Bridget Brady. I am the founder and CEO of Amp Up My Biz. I am the creator of the Social Media Success Academy. And today we're going to talk about your funnel and how to fill it. So as a business owner, I know that you want more clients and customers, right? You want them flooding through your doors. But it's pretty rare that people meet you for the very first time, see your product or service and say, I'm in, right? Click, buy, sign me up. Does it happen? Of course it does. But what's more likely is that they find you on social media, come into your funnel, and you nurture them into a paying client or customer. So we're going to start with what is a funnel and how does it work? So let's say that you're throwing a fancy gala dinner party. It's $1,000 a plate. Do you just go out on social and say, buy my $1,000 a plate dinner? Maybe, but here's a better way to do it. Your social media brings them to the party. Can you hear them? They're knocking on the door, right? So this is your ICA, your ideal client avatar, your target market. That comes through strategic social media. More on that in a moment. Then you're going to open the door. You're going to offer them some champagne, maybe an amuse-bouche. That's your lead magnet, right? Those are your opt-ins. Those are your lead magnets, also known as your ethical bribes. That brings them in the door or into your database. Then, right, maybe you're going to listen to some music. Maybe you're going to introduce them to some people, some great conversation. Maybe you have some appetizers. That, my friend, is your nurture series. So you're going to love them up. And that happens in two places. That happens on your email list, and that also happens on your social media. So this is where they get to know you, love you, and trust you through your nurture series. Then and only then, my friend, right? Are you going to say, hey, I've hired a gourmet chef. It's all of your favorite foods. I'm hosting this dinner party. There's only 100 seats and it's $1,000 to join us at this incredible gourmet gala dinner. Would you like to join us? And they're going to say, heck yes, I want to join you. I felt welcomed from the minute I came through the door. This is an effective funnel where someone goes from, I have never met you, I do not know you, to, I would love to work with you. I am thrilled to give you my credit card because of the journey that they have been on. So let's break this down in its simplest form, and then let's talk about how to fill this funnel, right? Because you might already have this funnel set up. You might be thinking, Bridget, I already have this. I have lead magnets. I know who my ICA is. I've built out this incredible nurture series. I have amazing offers. But what does that sound? Oh, it's crickets. Your funnel is empty. So let's talk about filling your funnel, because I have worked with thousands of business owners, and for the most part, they're awesome. Their products are awesome. Their services are awesome, right? I'm sure this is the same with you. Your business is awesome. You very likely don't have a product problem or a service problem. You very likely have a filling your funnel problem. So let's get nitty and gritty about how you're going to fill your funnel. First and foremost, the best, I mean the best all-time way to fill your funnel is with social media. Here's why. Social media is literally the best force multiplier on the planet today. There are 8 billion people on the planet. 5.2 billion of those people are active on social media. So I promise you, your clients, your customers, your leads, your prospects are just waiting for you on social media. Are you showing up? Are you showing up for them? And do you have a highly strategic plan to not only attract them, but to welcome them into your funnel. So here are the things I invite you to think about. This is where it begins. Number one, who is your ICA? Who is your ideal client avatar? Because the more that you can speak very directly to your dream client, right? The most amazing client or customer you could possibly think of, the better they will be able to hear you. So number one, as you are crafting your social media strategy, you are always speaking to one, and that is your ICA. Because when you speak to everyone, hey, everybody, no one can hear you. When you speak to your ICA and you get really clear with your messaging directly to your perfect ideal client or customer, not only can they hear you, but guess what? Your secondary market and your tertiary market will hear you as well. The second thing you want to consider is specifically creating content for them, right? So you know who they are. What do they want? What do they need? How can you help them? How can you serve them? So that primarily happens on your social media. This is where 90%, 95%, 98% of your new clients and customers are going to come from, because the law of large numbers never lies. Here's what I mean by that. So you have this funnel, or you're going to build out your funnel, right? You're going to build it out with your lead magnet and your nurture series and your offers. How are you going to fill that funnel? So you could go to a networking event and, right, maybe 2 or 3 people will come into your database, into your funnel. Or you could do a speaking event. Maybe 25, 50 people might jump into your funnel. Or maybe you're on a podcast, even a really popular podcast. You get 100 people, 200 people into your funnel. Or you can get really strategic with your social media, where you have a potential audience of 5.2 billion people. Now, I know that they are not all your ICA, but do you know the percentage of 5.2 billion people that you need in your database to make all the money you could ever dream of, right? The law of large numbers never lies. So this is why I say social media is the best force multiplier on the planet. It takes your vision, your mission, your products, your services, and it puts it out to that potential audience of over 5 billion people. So this is why in my own business, in our students' business, 95, 98% of our new leads, clients, and customers come directly from our social media. So after you've figured out who is your ICA, what do they want? What do they need? You need to very strategically choose your social media platforms. So if you are a solopreneur, 2, 3, 4 platforms is excellent. And you want to think about, where do you live on social, right? What social media platforms do you enjoy working on? And what are the demographics and the psychographics of your ideal clients and customers? Where do they live, right? What platforms are they on? Now, if you have a virtual assistant or a team, you can really be on as many platforms as you want. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, depending on the bandwidth of you, your virtual assistant, and or your team, right? You can be on as many platforms as you'd like to be on. But the trick is, if you're going to build the beast, you got to feed the beast. So choose carefully, right? At least 2, 3, or 4 platforms. And if you have help, you definitely can be on more platforms. The next piece of the puzzle is consistent action over time. I wish I had $1 for every entrepreneur or business owner that I've talked to that says, but Bridget, I was so consistent for 2 weeks and nothing happened, or 2 months and nothing happened. My friend, consistent action over time wins the race. Social media is a long-term strategy. Can you get results quickly? Of course you can. Are you going to start posting this week and be a multimillionaire next week? Probably not, my friend. Probably not, right? So consistent action over time wins the race. Next up is congruent with your brand and relevant to your audience. Entrepreneurs have this tendency to just throw a bunch of spaghetti up on the wall and then pray that it brings them more business. It's not how it works. You know that's not how it works because that's probably what you're doing, right? Like, do you know anyone like this? Are they sitting in your seat? Uh-oh. This is probably what you're doing now. And I want you to shift that into thinking, is this congruent with my brand? Is it relevant to my audience? And then you got to create your content calendar. You have to really look at your analytics and make data-driven decisions. See what's working, what's not working, right? Do more of what's working, do less of what's not working. These are all the little pieces of the puzzle that go into a well thought out, well planned, high converting social media strategy. Because here's the truth. Your social media is $1 million asset in your business when you start treating it like $1 million asset. Most entrepreneurs treat their social media like another to-do. They're like, all right, I've got to answer my emails. I got to clean off my desk, right? I got to call back a client. I got to pick up the kids. Oh, right. And I have to post something on social. And then they throw something up there in hopes that that's enough. I promise you it's not enough. So once you start treating your social media like the $1 million asset that it is, then guess what? Then it can pay you the $1 million. So when it comes to your online marketing, get strategic, get intentional, build out that funnel so you have a customer or client journey that you know exactly what happens from the minute they knock on your door, right? From the minute they come to the party all the way through to when they are buying their ticket to your incredible dinner, your incredible gala dinner. Make sure that that is a beautiful journey for them. And then get super strategic with your social media because you don't want 100 people knocking on your door or 1,000 people knocking on your door, right? You want 100,000, 500,000, 1 million people knocking on your door. And that, my friend, is where your strategic social media comes in. Let me know if you have any questions about your social media or your funnel. I promise I will answer every single one of them. And be sure that you are following for more social media awesome sauce. I'm Bridget Brady. Thanks for joining me. I will see you soon.